Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the MASE and SHADY show. Thank y'all for joining us. I know we
Hey,
late, but y'all know
we,
how we is.
we stay on the colored people time. We be trying to work it out, but things happen. Hey, Cece. Hey, Cleo.
Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. And first let's talk about you. Is that a Barbie shirt? Are you
Yes,
a
it
Bratz
is.
doll tonight?
Yes, I was giving circa. This is what I used to give in the '90s when I was listening to SWV, Stealing Men's, and this is what I used to give. Used to
Yeah,
have
we definitely
little
see
t-shirts. When you have the ponytail, you have to fan that thing out. Get your Aquanet to make sure it stand up straight. Get your little weave bangs. You get
What
your
a
bamboo
time.
earrings with your
I
name
love the
in it.
90s.
Get your bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs. So I got my little 2 pairs on. Get your little name necklace. You just try to wear all your jewelry at one time.
CC said, "Are you gonna Barbie?"
Yes, very ghetto. I'm ghetto Barbie, very ghetto.
All right, let's get started. The first thing we have Tosh and Latasha. They're meeting up at the Black Music Museum in Nashville, and it was a cute enough scene. It was good to see all the history on the wall, all the artists that came before them, and sometimes you need to take a step back and realize how far we've come and the history and how far music has evolved. So I love stuff like that. So I would have loved to go to that museum. Um, so even SWV's work is on there. Escape's work is out there. So it's something to be said that you are in a museum where people can always go and know who you are and what you brought, to music.
I think that was a cool experience that they went and they saw themselves. But Tasha didn't look so excited to see like her, escape on the wall. When she looked up, she's like, because I
Well,
guess
that's how you started. That's how you wouldn't know you if not for Escape.
right.
Escape got you out of College Park. Otherwise it's still.
Thanks, Cleo. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
He wasn't too excited, but I'm glad that Taj did let us know that Beyonce and the girls was a huge fan of SWV and like literally stalked them, followed them around, they was taking pointers,
Really
and
mentors, and then
they was mentors to them, and so they traveled with Beyonce and the girls, and they took Beyonce and the girls around, and
and
and I think
Beyonce and the girls, not Destiny's Child.
Beyonce and the girls.
So,
that's how they are known. That is how they will be addressed. Beyonce and the girls was a huge fan.
They have a lot of nice.
I think we starting to break up again.
We good now?
Now you're good. You're better.
Okay. So Tosh sits down with Tamika and asks her, how are things? The last time that they met up, it just seemed like there was a lot of tension. They didn't get a lot of stuff resolved. Then Tamika reveals that, I'm in Nashville because I'm signing my deal with, to get this gospel record, and Escape don't know. But you telling Todd.
That Lataco.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna tell Taj, you might as well have told Escape. Like it's gonna get out eventually. So
right, it's just showing that you move like real sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like showing that she moves real sneaky, like real sneaky. That's why I think she wasn't that enthused to see like Escape on the wall. She was looking like it should have been me. It should be just a taco up there, but I'm a breakout star. That's what she's like. She's trying to live for her pipe dreams. But it just proved that she's a soul.
Then we move on to Coco. She sit with her friends at the bar. Seem like they're really close, and they seem like regular people. They don't seem like I'm not saying that they broke, but they seem like regular people. Regular everyday people. I think it's cool that she has regular friends, that she don't really hang around bougie people like that. But I do feel like oversharing is an issue, even though you're on a reality show. do not get on. Well, I'm not judging Coco. I'm glad she came out and, said that she was dealing with bipolar depression. The part that you know that caused pause for me was when she admitted that she wanted to unalive someone and that she was thinking about it.
Well, I don't think so. I think that's normal. And I said, but I'm glad she did come out because I'm looking at like we have a lot in common. Like we have the same birthday and we have a lot in common. Like I said, but that's true. And I'm glad she was able to express that because she's very closed off and she doesn't say, she's very, and I can tell it's a big difference on her. You can see like something lighter.
Yeah, but she said it's the medication. So what happens if you can't get the medication?
But
you can't on it forever.
Yeah, she can, but probably with therapy because I'm sure she goes to therapy alone. And the medication, because the medication don't work for everybody. Like I was on medication. The medication doesn't work for me per se. I don't like the way the medication makes me feel. Like I was watching Martin and I couldn't laugh. Like it took away my laugh. So if something takes away me laughing and that's my highlight, like if you can make me laugh, we are cool forever. Like, so if I'm just sitting there watching Martin like this, and I'll watch the episode over and over and I'm laughing at everything, even though I saw it 1,000 times. And I'm sitting there watching TV like this. Like, like I want to laugh, but you can't. You physically want to laugh, but you can't. It's like your emotions go blank. Mm-hmm. So good. She found a good combination of medicine or something that works for her. And she does seem much lighter. She seems more like
happier.
Yeah, it's like she's willing to share more because I don't think that would ever came out of. And I'm glad she did say that because a lot of times people don't admit that. And because I have one to, you know what I mean? People I done dismembered in my head. Like you don't even understand.
Like, yes, even though we may have those thoughts, I don't think.
No, but really, and it's like a hold back. Like
people use stuff against you, so I don't think you should be too vulnerable.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's like thoughts. Like that's like I thought about taking somebody out. You know what I'm saying? That was just a thought. So, and that's true because when you really sit there and contemplate, and at least she was sane enough to know this is wrong. Mm-hmm. I need help. Like this, I shouldn't be thinking this way. I'm
going to therapy behind it. That means she really thought about doing it. She was about to do it.
Yeah, because some people don't. Because I didn't go to therapy. I wouldn't dare tell my therapist.
I want to know who it was. I want to know. I want to know what the issue was. What drove you to this? Was it your baby?
It could have been anything because it could have been anything. Like it could have been anything because sometimes when you're dealing with those issues, it could be the least little thing, and like you don't realize it's extreme to you. Like it's like to you, like it could be really extreme. Like, oh my God, this person just tried to take me out, and I want to take them out. And you probably plot and plan because she probably had a plan, like drew out a diagram. I'm telling you, I done bought outfits. Like, this is what I'm wearing to the scene. So like, I done planned stuff out, and then you be like, I can't do that. Like, I don't want to,
No, all you got to do is watch ID channel. Watch people get busted.
I watch the ID channel 24/7. I go to sleep on the ID channel.
Watch people go to jail and like how pitiful they look in jail. And
right, because I be watching Joe Kenda, and every time he busts somebody, because I got to think for Joe Kenda too. I love Joe Kenda. Woo, Joe Kenda, that man. And when he. And like, cause I'm like, he always solving the murder. I was just mad, like, you always solving something.
He's not gonna put the ones that he didn't solve on TV.
No, but they did. They are. He got a new series. He has a new series coming out with his unsolved murders, like stuff that he didn't solve.
He ran out of material now.
Yeah, so but to have 8 seasons, he got like 8 seasons of him solved. Like, how many killers was there?
Yeah, in the Colorado area, like come on,
right? I'm like, because this is 8 seasons, child. Like, it's been a lot of men and slaughtering going around.
Police see a lot of stuff, so we might need the police for the next thing. You know, Tamika, she's making some ribs, and I thought it was salmon, or was it ribs?
I think it was salmon.
Okay, so she was cooking, and I saw some cabbage, some chopped onion, a little bell pepper. So I'm big. I just like to look at the food. So it looked like she knows how to cook. You know, she has a cookbook out that she talked about on her page. So y'all go buy her cookbook. So she sits down with her mom. She invites the mom to the house, and the mom, I felt like her energy. I feel like she's a traumatized woman. You know the saying, "Hurt people hurt people," and I think the older generation, they don't know how to deal with their trauma. So what they do is they project on their children the trauma that they have because they don't know how to deal with it. Some of our elders is ignorant. I'm not saying that they dumb, but they don't know how to deal with emotions like properly. So I just feel like the mother, she's projecting. Tamika says that she confronts her mom and says that she feels like she shows favoritism and she's always getting beat up. And if it continues, she's going to have to step back. And I think, it took a lot for her to say that. Growing up, your mother is always right. You don't go against what your mother says, no matter what. And when you become an adult, it kind of blurs the lines a little bit on what you allow your parents to do or how you allow them to treat you. So I'm glad she stood up for herself because it was very much needed, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. It really was. But that was just a really tough scene page. That was like hey Robin, that was a really tough scene to watch. Like, cause the mother, it was like you could see like she reverted back to a little girl, trying to stand up to her mother. Like you could just see it all in her face. Like she did not want to say that. Those words, that was so hard for those words to come out of her mouth, and you could just see that it was hard, but it was very necessary. But the way the mother, and I believe the mother is a professional manipulator.
Yeah.
Like a professional manipulator. Like just because, my father left you and I still have a relationship with you. And yes, you stuck around and you raised me and you did, and we struggled and you did everything you could, but that doesn't entitle you to disrespect me and hurt me. That doesn't entitle you for you to be entitled to everything, or like I did this, so I'm not gonna, like, you shouldn't have a day of disrespect or a day of discomfort because you sacrifice for kids you asked for. Because when you lay down and open your legs, you're asking for kids. You understand? At the end of the day, like you know what the consequences is of thing, and especially for women, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You know what I'm saying? You know what the consequences are. Like, that's your responsibility. And don't blame me. I have me feeling guilty for you taking care of your responsibility. I didn't ask to be born.
And this dynamic with the mother and the daughter, parents, is really common. This verbally abusive, it's my way or the highway. We were taught as kids, you don't question what your parents say. If it's right or wrong, you don't go against it. Just do what they tell you to do because that's your parents. That's your mama, so you gotta do what she says. She always right. I don't think in my personal life I have ever really, yelled at my mom or said, and how the Braxton kids are with that Mama Evelyn. Mm-hmm. They just cower, when she comes in the room.
She said, I will slap the piss out of you.
Mama Evelyn will get all them kids. She'll get all of them.
She had Tamar.
And that's how the elders were, but I just feel like she's projecting her trauma. She said, I am the fifth member.
I put a mic in your hand. Like, she thinks she's deserving of something that, child, that's your responsibility. Like, at the end of the day, if these kids grow up, you don't know what you're raising at the end. Like, when you're raising kids and we're doing stuff and we may be sacrificing as parents, both mother and father, you know what I'm saying? But you don't know what you're raising. You could be raising a serial manslaughterer. You don't know what, and so happen you raised a singer, you know what I'm saying? And you think you're entitled because you put the mic in her hand. Would you take the same responsibility if she went on the other road? Like,
the mama is dramatic. I want to know what her sign is. Y'all guess the sign. I'm going to say she might be a Gemini.
No, that's not Gemini. That's not how we manipulate.
Or she might be an Aquarius.
I wouldn't even give her Aquarius. I would give her, she could be a Libra because some Libras are a thing. Or so she could be a Cancer. I give her Libra.
Cece said Leo.
Leo. I was gonna say Leo. Libra, Cancer, or Leo.
We guessing at this point. We just guessing.
We need to find out when Mama's birthday is.
Just based on personality. That's it. But the mama really she's toxic. She's really toxic. I think it's gonna take therapy.
Very entitled. She's entitled, and
Paige says Capricorn or Scorpio, not us Geminis.
Right, Paige.
So
you don't
y'all
even act like
that.
We don't even get down like that.
Cece said, "Don't put that on Libras." I don't know. I don't. It could be a Libra.
Libras really, they're air signs. Like they're air signs, like Gemini. They're more like as air signs, we're taking to leaving people. Like as air signs, we're not gonna beg nobody for nothing. Like even if we feel entitled, we don't beg nobody for nothing. Like you don't want to give it to us, we'll go get it. We're not gonna sit, even if it's our children. Like we just flow with the wind. Like, all right, you don't want to do it. All right, bye.
Likes the attention. She wants to be seen. Like she's showing out for the cameras. You doing a lot. It was real dramatic. It was a good scene. It was a real good scene.
It was, and when she leaned in, and then when she broke down and cried,
she had the tear coming out. It was the Viola.
And the wig was like real stiff. Like the wig was.
I always love you, but this
the wig was an act on its own. The wig had its own character. The wig was the third person in that scene. That's what that wig was.
Throw that wig in the chair when she.
That wig was the third person. That wig was like.
But she admitted that. Well, Tamika said that she feels like she's being treated differently because she's close with her dad, and I feel like that was the thing that we were missing. I was like, it's got to be something. It's got to be something, and that's the reason I feel like the mother wants the love of the dad, never lost it, but the daughter still has it. So you mad at the daughter? Because
but it's not even about the love of the dad. In most cases, sometimes the mothers feel betrayed. And I know a lot of
fault though. How is it the kid's fault?
But a lot of parents, it's the psyche. Like we can't explain like how people think and like the why they think the way they think. That's what makes us as people interesting. And I like to people watch because it's very interesting because it's like we can have the same scenario and I can handle this scenario one way, a whole complete way, and you can handle it totally different and think that is right. Like, but a lot of parents feel betrayed. Like this man left us. This man left us high and dry. You should be just as mad.
Sue him for child support.
But no, but I said a lot of times they say you should be just as mad as me. He did not only leave me, he left us. So as a kid, you're sitting there like, no, he didn't leave me because he still
didn't leave her. He left the wife.
Like that.
He didn't leave the kid.
Parent was looking at you like you little traitor ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you a traitor. Oh, your father coming. Look at her. She's a damn traitor.
That means you have a problem. That means you have a problem. You can't.
Yeah, but a lot of women think like that, and they may not see that it's wrong, or they may look at it and think that it's normal. Like your father left us. You should be just as angry as, and you see what I did. Like a lot of women feel like they don't realize. I don't know, because I think in one way, I think when women get pregnant, child, that's your baby. You understand? That's your baby. If the father's around and the thing that's good, you know, damn, but girl, that's your baby. That's how I think. I think it ain't nothing like I'm gonna have to be able to do for my child without you. And anything you do is extra. Not that I'm not expecting you to do anything, but if you don't, I'm not shocked. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, and that's how I think. I think when women go get pregnant and the father don't want to be around, they want to. You knew what you was doing when you laid down and spread your legs, girl. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be taking home that baby, not him. You can't. Women or men are not the same. That's why I get upset and they be like, "Don't slut shame." Yeah, we should slut shame. We need to bring this back to reality. Women and men are two different things. We cannot do what men do. We can't go out and have sex with every men. Can drop a seed off in every house. We can't drop a baby off in every house. We are not the same. So we cannot conduct ourselves. We just can't conduct ourselves.
And it's stressing me out too, because it's so much drama on this show, and it only has 6 episodes.
Yeah, but this is a good season. But a lot of women think that way. They feel betrayed by some children.
The mother, I don't even know her name. We just call her the mother.
Her name is Mr. McFarlane. Mick what? McFarlane?
Miss Scott. We're gonna call her Miss Scott. Would you accept that apology, or would you back off? Like, I think Tamika needs time by herself. Like, she needs time away from her family.
Yeah, the mother needs to feel what it is not to have her around for a while, because I would have stood there like, but she would have hugged me, but I would have stayed real stiff. I wouldn't have hugged her back like. I would have been real stiff, like when she hugged me, like I'd have been real stiff, and then like, and I would have got up and walked away.
But Black Mama's not gonna let you get away with that. They're gonna ask for a real hug. You know how?
No, and I'm gonna hug. Nobody better not ask me for a real hug because I'm gonna be real stiff. Like, don't you dare ask for me a real hug. Cussed out.
She don't even know how to sing a tune in the bucket.
She said that she is the 5th member. I don't know because I need to speak.
She was putting on for the cameras. Like, you can't tell me otherwise.
I need to speak to Mama Joyce. At this point, I think the mamas need a show because when they were trying to gather up all the mamas from the ATL, no wonder they were trying to gather the mamas because
I think that is actually a good idea. Like,
get the because escape mamas alone. Like, I haven't seen Tiny Mother.
I agree. But we've been trying to get that show for years.
But I think Tiny Mother would be like the the middle person.
Frankie was supposed to be headlining it, but she gone now. So rest in peace.
Oh,
Frankie.
rest in peace, Frankie.
So we're gonna move on to the next scene. We got Lily with her son, who's also a rapper. And she is it a sex book that she has out?
Sister Hot Pussy. Sister Hot Pussy been around for
Hot Pocket.
Oh, Hot Pocket. Sister Hot Pocket been around for a minute because Lily gets into it, and so she gets into it. So I think that would be right up her alley. Like she just said she did a book.
I want her on Atlanta Housewives. I feel like this is a good storyline.
I need to know if Lily, you know what would be good for Lily if Lily doesn't have a man and a dating show for Lily, because Lily is fun. Because she's the type of person that she will bring
for the love of Lily. For the love of Lily.
I need for the love of, because Lily she's like a toned down version of
she's too laid back for us. You need a really big personality.
Like no, but Lily is. This is what I'm saying. You got to get
really laid back.
No, that's what I'm saying. Lily is the wild card out the group, and she looks so calm. Like Lily looks calm or whatever, but Lily's the wild one out the group.
I believe it, but she's mostly like laid back.
Lily's going to talk sex. Lily's going to talk
about
men.
Just chill out. Like, I mean, I like the scene, but it was an okay scene. But I like Lily, so.
I think for the love of Lily would think, because I think she's like a calm down version of Tokyo Tony, because she'll talk that talk. Like that Tokyo Tony talking.
She said she was homeless like Tokyo. I'm trying to figure out how you sell all them records and you.
Yeah, I remember when she's working in an office building downtown here. But a lot of times it happens. Like back in the 90s, and like they didn't have it.
Did everybody sign like a 360 deal? Everybody was signing bad
deals.
It
wasn't even like a 360 deal. It was so much money. Like they are paying back to the labels, and then they didn't make as much as they did now. So now you're spending money on like houses and stuff like this, not knowing where your money is going, because you got this label that say, "Oh, you just ask the label what you want." You ever watched what's that movie that Beyonce played in Cadillac Records? Mm-hmm. And when the guy Wolfman, the one that was Wolfman, when he said he didn't want nothing, he has like drive his old truck and all that stuff. Like when he was like, I don't borrow nothing from nobody. I don't borrow from the bank. You know what I'm saying? When he was like thinking that he'll have his own stuff, mm-hmm. because that's what happens. A lot of times they say, "Oh, you want a house? The record label will buy it for you. You go get a house." So now you think
homeless, she ain't got no savings. She ain't got nothing for rent.
Because you think the record label is not going to end. Because back then they thought it wasn't going to
end. At the stadium,
they not as
mama and your grandmama at what?
No, and Yankee Stadium is where I live. I live right in down from Yankee Stadium.
At the stadium,
yeah.
I'm glad she was able to make it through and get back with xscape.
And then driving around, that's into fun like that. That's real hard. And a lot of those 90s things, a lot of them. Like my friend worked in a bank, and I told you when Tevin Campbell, she called me on lunch, called me meeting. Was like Tevin Campbell, she worked in a bank. She was like, Tevin, this was probably 10 years ago. She was like, Tevin Campbell's here. She know I like tell her like Tevin. So she's like, yeah, but girl, he only got $2 in his bank account. She was like, he came. She was like, he can't.
That's kind of illegal.
Yeah, that was like, oh well. Well, she got fired anyway. She fired anyway.
You can't tell us in people's account. Like
she got fired anyway. But she was like that. He came and he was trying to withdraw. He was trying to withdraw 30, and he only had 2.
He was trying to withdraw 30,
and he
y'all
only
played
had
his
2.
song
So
every
she was
day.
like that. She felt like giving him the money. She's like, he was like so like down trying, and he was like, I hope tomorrow. I was like, you didn't sing tomorrow to him, girl. You didn't lean over the counter. Was like, I hope tomorrow will bring.
But he should have had Disney money. He was on that Goofy trip.
And no, because they were getting robbed back in the day. They were getting robbed.
As big as that movie was, and he had a big part in that movie.
They were getting robbed. This was just breaking down. This man had Prince writing for him. Like this was like, are you serious? Like this, they were getting robbed back in the day. And if they didn't have the knowledge that they not have, that's why people are so wiser now. They like, where's the money going? Who's it? You know, whatever. Because
we're gonna talk about money in a minute.
Yeah, you know, you live and you learn.
So we get to the studio with Latasha, and she's bopping her song. The song is kind of cute or whatever, but
I know I was trying not to buy
it, but I'm not gonna buy it. But
I was bopping with an attitude because when it came on, I was like, psst.
I'll admit it was cute, but then her husband, the adulterer, dollar sign comes in. He sees dollar signs in his eyes.
But how he gonna come and talk about anime? When he said anime, I was like,
and he talk about forgiveness, how he forgive Tamika and all this other stuff. That's bull crap.
That's girl, don't call the cops on me.
That's because you don't want it to go no further. So I'm gonna say I forgive you, so it'll end it. But that's bull crap.
But they must have been punking Tamika for a long time. They was suckering her out for a long time. They was just punking her. Because the way they even conducting themselves, you could tell that they were running over her for a long time. Because how you want to sit up on national television, sir, and say, you forgive me? And then Tamika probably is taking this as an apology from being abused so long. Mm-hmm. Oh, he said he forgave me.
I don't think so. Because she felt like it was a threat.
No, not that. That's what I'm saying. Last week, she thought it was a threat when he said, you know, it's going to be repercussions from that. So she was like, you know, what repercussions or what I got, what's going to happen to me? That's a threat. So now that he did that last week, it seems like he's coming in on it like, oh, I said I got out the way last week because this girl really has the upper hand on me, that she could really call the authorities. Now I'm going to sit there and act like I forgive her. Like, I forgive you, Tamika.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bob, but Mary is better. I'd rather listen to Mary.
But I was trying not to shimmy my shoulders, but I did shimmy with an attitude.
It was cute. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. A bop is a bop, and she could sing.
Yeah, the song was alright, but I didn't like it. I was forced to, you know, I was.
It was. They said it was cringy. It was like a cringy bop. It was like.
Yeah, it was like, girl, right.
It was a little something. Hey, Yvette.
So
we get to this next scene, and y'all probably not gonna like what I.
Hey, hi, Mikey.
Coco is at the house with her son, who's doing YouTube. Not YouTube. I don't know what he was doing. He was shooting a video, and then he was singing in the video, and the vocals was what they was, and Coco came out. You know, they was playing around, and then they sit down on the ground. On the sofa, and he tells his mother that he doesn't want to go to school, and then starts crying like a baby, like real tears. Like when I saw the preview and I saw those amount of tears, I thought somebody died. I thought it was a medical issue, but for you to be crying because you don't want to go to school.
No, I don't think it was he didn't want to go to school. I did understand his tears. I felt his tears.
I feel like the tears were childish. I'm sorry.
No, childish. I personally felt his tears because you know what it is. You know what it is to have a passion for something. Like, do you have a passion? Like sometimes these artists and people that sing and stuff like that, even if they can't sing, because he's very nasal and high pitched, you know, she's gonna need to. Because she
like everybody sing in the shower. Everybody can do that.
But when you are passionate about something and somebody's telling you no. Don't do this, do a thing. And he knows that's his mother, and his mother wants the best from him. And at that point, you don't know if you're going to succeed or fail in that. And he don't, because he may go out there and just fall on his face and try to
grow man.
But no, he's not grown. You still a baby. He's still a child.
He's a grown man crying because he don't want to go to school.
No, it wasn't crying because I don't want to go to school. It was crying because this is my passion. I want to sing, and for you not to even believe in me. and try to put me to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I want to sing. It was given, Mama, I want to sing. That's what it was given. They cried in that play. He cried there. It was a passion for the art. Mama, I want to sing. And Mama's telling you, no, you need to go to school. You need something stable, girl. But Mama, this is my dream. You don't understand. I will sacrifice anything.
It was childish.
Just to sacrifice my dream. This is what it was giving. And it
was a lie. It was a lie. Y'all excuse it. Coco and her mama are babying him. They're babying him. The grandmother was like, come sit on my lap. You a grown man.
He's a baby.
Crying.
He's not a grown man.
I thought your grandmother died, uncle died.
He has a passion. He wants to be out there in the world. He want to go to the stew. He want to be in the stew, and your mother's telling you what to do when you trying to be in the stew, and she's trying to send you back to school.
A lot worse than him. He clicking his nails doing videos, and you mad because you got to go to school. I know people who went to school full time who were.
I don't think he was mad because he has to go to school. Honestly, I think he was upset because this is a passion thing that happened and you don't believe in me and you're trying to send me to school and I don't want to go to school. This is what I want to do. But at the end of the day, I think they came to a good compromise. Look, we're going to give you a year to get it together, boy. You're going to get the nasalness.
Yeah, you're lucky that your mama can afford to pay for school.
Right. They don't understand that. It's like, I wish I could go.
You want to be in the college, but you ain't got the voice. You ain't got the voice. I'm sorry.
They're in the stew. So,
in the stew,
they're in the stew. He's trying to, be in the stew. So, but, I think the compromise was great. I think that, a year should be enough time for you to get something cooking, something off the ground, solidify something. And if not, you're going back to dental school.
No, I'm talking about the amount of tears that was going through that foundation that you had packed on your face.
He is emotional, like Carl Thomas, damn it. He's emotional, all right?
He's spoiled.
In the middle.
And then asking for a designer bag, but you don't want to go to school. You don't want to go to school, but you want to design a bag.
He said if he went to school, it's going to be design school. It's going to be design school. It's going to be Berkeley.
You don't want to be a designer. That takes actual effort. You want to be a little singer because your mama did it. Your mama was a singer. So
right. He go right in the stew.
I'm in the stew. So I'm sorry. We're just going to move to the next scene.
Leave that boy in his river of tears. He was trying to cry somebody a river, okay?
Sing on the weekends or sing. When you go to college, you can pick your schedule, right? You can adjust your schedule however you want to make it. So
you see how nasal he is. He need all the time to decongest. You
don't have the vocal training. Get vocal training first before.
But probably Miss Jan, because probably somebody needs to go around there and see if Miss Jan's available. Miss Jan will get his voice right together. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Oh, my throat is still messed.
But who's gonna buy a nasally album of you crying? Okay. The next scene, we have SWB. They're having their rehearsal meeting. Well, they're having the rehearsal, and they decided that we're going to have everybody come over after the rehearsal, have a meeting, so we can discuss this tour, concert, possible show. So everybody meets up. Latasha get out the car. Was that Rock adjusting her dress from inside the car? Was that Rock or was that?
I think so.
I was like, I know that's not Rock adjusting her clothes in the car away from the camera.
He is Ike. That's Ike Turner, child. Hey, Shar. That's Ike Turner, child.
And Tosh is really excited. Hey, Shar. Tosh is really excited. She wants everybody to join hands. Like when we're the Power Rangers, we're gonna join hands, and then we're gonna morph into these super R&B stars, queens of R&B. Let's everybody put your hands in.
I always wanted to do that. Like I never got a chance to do that. Sometimes I'm gonna get some people together and be like, all in.
Everybody activate. I don't know why that tickled me so much, but she wanted everybody to put their
And now that you said it, stop, because now I'm like, I want to know.
Tasha don't want to. She don't want to activate with all of y'all. She's looking.
Oh my
crazy.
God, I'm gonna do that with my family.
Then
I'm gonna get
like,
all together. Like,
Coco gave her some of that subliminal. She looked at it and said, "You don't want to co-headline," and then she put her hand up, meaning if I Coco will put my hand in, you Latasha need to put your hand in.
But the tacos, put the tacos back in the chat. We need the tacos because the taco is just out of control. Between the taco and Candy, I know they didn't get along because I see a lot of similarities in their personalities. Like y'all both think like y'all. Didn't Tamar say that you was a non-singingest person in music in the music business?
Oh, we're gonna get to Candy. Candy says that Xscape wants to headline and they want top billing on the show. And on this show, it sounds really bad considering the fact that Xscape has a lot more, they have better songs than Xscape, in my opinion. To me, they were a bigger group. They sold more records. They're a little bit older, but Xscape has the reality TV world and the younger crowd on their side. So they feel like since we got more followers, we should be able to make more money since we're closer to the trend, if you know what I mean.
Right, because well, if that is the case, should Tiny and Candy receive more money out of the group Xscape? Because they're more relevant and because Tiny's relevant.
I think that's what they're really wanting. I'm pretty sure Tiny and Candy want to make more money than even the own Xscape members.
Yeah, because they're more relevant. Like the only reason that people probably nowadays even messing with them is because y'all had that reality show. And so now people, like she said, people are like, oh, she sings, she used to sing. So you get an older Xscape fan who, you know, are fans of Xscape. They do have a lot of fans. Like I like Xscape music. I love their music. And
not
then
better than SWV. SWV.
No, I'm an SWV fan. I'm from the Bronx. Okay, I'm from down the block from Coco. Coco, I can look out the window, see Coco house where her mama used to live. That's how I'm a SWV fan. I'm SWV to the end. But I do like Xscape. Like I do like Xscape, and I like their songs. But it just seems like why wouldn't you want to co-headline for this one event? You actually like, the only reason that you get more people or more followers is due to your reality business, and this is not what this is about. This is about bringing two of the most biggest, you know, female groups, R&B groups of the '90s together and doing something special. So why wouldn't you want to co-headline? Why are you making a stink?
But I feel like Candy was being tacky. Hold on, my allergies
very much so.
My allergies is killing me. But usually, this type of conversation is had after cameras are off, behind the scenes.
Wait, Xscape can't even get their wigs together, but one top billing, child.
I mean, this is something that you do on the back end. You don't do it on camera. You normally don't be on camera talking about what we about to get paid. Most people don't do that.
But I know, like Salt and Pepper. I know SWV is probably like, oh my God, not again, because they went through the same thing with Salt and Pepper. They went through the same.
Pepper, they couldn't even get Spinderella together to be in the group. Like
no, they didn't even want Spinderella. That was, they couldn't get it together. Spinderella was there. They didn't want her because they wanted to. That's what it was. They wanted to like push her and give her the least amount and say, "Oh, you wasn't there. Like you didn't write no songs or you wasn't rapping." So she's like, "You know, I did rap on 2 songs or whatever." Girl, bye. They were trying to dismiss her, but because Spinderella ended up being in the room with SWV. Like I guess we, you know, now you a part of SWV because you got kicked out your group, but SWV probably like, here we go again. The same thing, because that was like a big thing with, oh no, we're not co-headlining. We're
I think it's tacky, especially for the first show. Yes, you're not gonna make the most money because you're splitting it like 5, 6 ways, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways. Not to mention lights, venue, all of that. So you're not gonna be making what you would make by yourselves with Xscape, because you're splitting it more ways.
Yeah, but they have to look at the bigger picture. They have to see the benefit that will come from them doing this. Like for them to put those two groups together, like even if they had if they could work some way out to whereas if Xscape sings a song or whatever like that, they could work SWV's song like right in it to, you know, mix it up, not having like one group like perform, do all their songs, and then SWV come out.
The way they did it on Versus was fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like go back and forth, like 1, 2, you know, go back and forth with it, and it's one night. It shouldn't be that big a deal. Like
I would pay $30, like I said, for that ticket. I would pay $30. And Xscape acted like they have Beyonce prices on their tickets. Xscape tickets, I would imagine that it would be like a water bill. Not Beyonce's charging rent. She's charging car notes. You're charging a water bill. I can go to Xscape. I can see Xscape if I want to see Xscape.
right.
If I want to. You know, we just got to figure out Beyonce tickets. But if I want to see Xscape, I can see Xscape. So y'all need to stop acting like y'all at the top. And humble yourselves down.
I see they ain't play that with Monica. Because Monica,
you know, Gunica don't play. You know,
what?
Gunica.
Yo, what? You what?
So after they,
your headliner, who? Yeah,
but none of them could sing over Monica except Coco and maybe Latasha. Maybe.
Yeah, I just think this is a messed up situation. They're coming together. This is something that should have been done for, you know, for their fans, for the culture, for women in R&B. This is something that other, you know.
It was disrespectful. Whenever somebody says no disrespect, that means
some disrespect is coming. Yeah. If you hear no,
that was not the right time or the moment. You should have had your lawyer come in with that. You shouldn't have said nothing about that.
Yeah, Candy is like, girl, you is just greedy.
You greedy. It's like all about the money, and I get it. You a businesswoman, and when she explained the business side on her page,
right? Gunica does not
make sense. The business that she was saying made sense business wise. However, those conversations are not had on camera, right at the beginning stage. You know.
As two groups coming together, this is the first time that they're doing something like this. As far as these two groups, it should have been like, look, we split the headline, we split everything, we see where this goes, we see what we could do with it, and then we'll talk further business after this. Because then they can see the ticket sales, you know, whatever like that.
Spin was the cutest.
Yeah, I like Spinderella.
I liked them all, but Salt was getting on my nerve. You remember the Salt and Pepper show?
When Salt got religious, religion ruins everything.
I'm like, Salt, if you gonna come back and do the show or not, don't come back and be holier than thou. She was acting like Latasha.
Right. She didn't want to sing Push It. Like she didn't want to sing Push It. Every time somebody go to church and they come back, they go to church one time and come back with a whole nother, like now you don't want to sing Push It because Coco didn't want to sing Downtown. Like just
when I didn't know what Downtown was. I thought it was a good song, but
you and my aunt Robin, you still in here? Because my aunt Robin was like, Maxine, you hear that song Downtown by them girls? She was like, everybody's sweating 125th. And I was like, Robin, that is not what they talking about.
I really thought they were talking about let's go downtown, let's go. But you know, as we get older, we learn. So they talk about the top billing. Lily get mad. Coco was ready to go anyway, so she was just looking for somebody to get up so she could get up. And she went to the back and she said, "I sold 30 million records, biatch." Right,
Coco. I'm telling you, Coco, we
and she did
got a lot in common because I be sitting ready to go too. Like, That's just like, I'm ready to go. Like I was already up, out the door. It's like she said she sold 30 million records.
She said she sold it. She didn't say SWV.
But when she say she mean we.
So I'm with Lily on this. I was like, let me go. But Tiny get in the confessional was like, yeah, they got hits, but we have the reality following. Since when does reality following factor into us wanting to buy tickets? Like I said,
well, it does. And that's why they can still, like when they came back together, when y'all came back together, ain't nobody would have gave a damn if Xscape came back together, if y'all didn't come back together. It was the reality business that made people, Xscape.
it did project them. It's not because y'all are better singers.
Yeah, it's not because they're not, definitely not because they're better singers. And not because you know, Biggie Smalls almost ended y'all when he said ugly ass xscape bitch ass. He ended y'all. Y'all feelings was hurt.
xscape wasn't never the pretty group. They were never the pretty girls.
But he ended them like that was that everybody was calling y'all ugly. So y'all know y'all had
there was a lot of pretty girl groups in the 90s, and xscape was a girl group, but it wasn't a pretty girl group, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I don't think it was that because they gave what needed to be given in the 90s. They didn't give. Biggie was just being shady. That was just some he was throwing up, but he said he didn't mean it like that. He was just
shade, but a lot of shade have some truth in it.
Yeah, it just rhymed. They wasn't that attractive. Like we'd be like, oh, they wasn't like the good girls.
There was, especially that first album.
Dig up the good girls. Remember the good girls? Your sweetness is my weakness. Remember the good girls? Yeah, they had it going on.
It was a lot of little cute little girl groups. I forget what happens on the next episode. What do you think? I can't remember what happens.
Let me see, because I have wrote some stuff down.
We're gonna make that boy go to school and have him stop crying.
We gonna send him to dentistry school.
He don't have to be a dentist, but you can still go to school and do something else.
But I think he was crying because he's like he want to live his dream. He don't want to he want to stay in the stew. He don't want to worry about. He want to
be under his mama. He don't want
to worry about teeth. He don't want to have to worry about
under his mom. He want to be up under his mom.
But did anybody get into the internet? What is going on with SWV and xscape? It seems like the girls are fighting. It seems like the girls are going back and forth with each other over them selling who sold the most, who's more popular. It's a lot going on.
I think it's all good for the show. It's good to keep the show.
Hey Mo.
The show I feel like is doing good. A lot of people are talking about it. It's the only good reality show.
Yes. Yvette, remember the good girls. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot of drama going on and off the show. So, do you have anything else to say before we wrap this review up? It was
but I want to just say, like, because Akbar threw her hat in the ring, try to come for the SWV, and Lily had something to say to Akbar, and she put an ad on it. Like I said, they don't want no smoke with Leanne. Leanne, like I said, Leanne
need to sit her tail down. You gonna make it skate.
Well, I think she done sat down after Lily told her what she said and what she needs to say and put her name on it. Was like, look, niece.
Yeah.
Don't make me wash your face because you don't know you got the right old lady. Okay. That's what she said.
I love 702.
Oh yes, 702. Mm-hmm. Remember, sister? You make me feel so brand new. With Missy, sister, the group Sister with Missy. That was a good group
there. We're gonna end it here because I'm starting to lose my voice.
Yeah, the allergies. I think it's the season. Whew.
Yes, it is the season. I need to take my meds.
Tis the season.
I'm gonna call it tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I really enjoyed tonight's interview. Our review of Queens of R&B. Thank you, Cece.
We have here Cece,
Paige, Yvette,
Mo,
Mikey, Source. And if I miss anybody, charge it to my mind and not my heart.
Yes, I'm about to lift this wig
Brownstone wasn't cute. All of them wasn't cute. Some of them had big teeth. But they could sing back then.
Brownstone, they had big mouths. It wasn't the teeth, it was the mouth. That mouth was like so good. Yeah, Jade. Oh my! I listen to all the 90s music. Like that's all I listen to.
Oh, and Mo Walker.
Yes, the 90s R&B had it going on.
But I want to thank everybody. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to for our channel on Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing our weekly review of the mess. Send us a DM. Let us know what you want us to cover. We are going to talk about Tamar and Candy, but also send us some other topics that y'all want us to talk about this week. And let us know. And we will see y'all on
Before
Saturday.
We leave, don't forget to turn real quick. Tune in to Nola Reed's channel on Thursday. We will be having All Rise, the Messy Night Court, featuring myself, California Cutie, ranting with Ricardo, and Prosperity Thick Girl, and the one and only Nola Reed. So please check that out as well on Thursday on Nola Reed's channel.
And make sure y'all go to court on time and you go get these
astronomical fines, because I like don't even fine.
Hit the like, but I already know I'm not gonna be able to pay it. I'm gonna have to get a McDonald's job like Tasha K.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
I think she was joking, but
she probably don't got to get a McDonald's job, but she do got to get Cardi's money because
she's doing live shows and charging people for the live shows now.
Yeah, I think that's something she want to do because she's doing stand up. She's doing like a comedy thing. She's doing stand up comedy, a little bit of gossip and stuff like that.
Might as well do comedy, and might as well laugh at it. Might as well.
Yeah, well, the $4 million is a lot, and Cardi, she's.
I would be begging. I would be on Cardi page. Please, Cardi, please.
Well, she did apologize. Let's get this clear. She did apologize, but that apology. Let me tell you something. If I know Cardi like I know Cardi, be a fellow person from the Bronx, we taking everything. We want the baby's diapers. We want it all. I want it all. No hesitation.
Tasha K is on the docket. So make sure y'all, once again, like the video. It's free. And we will see y'all on Saturday. Good night, y'all.